Good morning, good people. How you doing today? Welcome to Honest Talk. My name is Twinsinc, one half of the team, The Chop. And, we'd like to have just general conversations about real life stuff. I call it Honest Talk. So this is something that we'll be talking about. Maybe in the car, maybe in my office studio. Whatever conversation arises, we're going to sit there and we're going to chop it up. So, I got a good, 45 minutes before I get to work. So, I was going to talk to y'all for a little bit. Just whatever is on my heart this morning. The topic is going to be choices and decision. A good coach a long time ago, early in my working career, I'm still working now, but one of my first big, real jobs, I had a boss, his name was Joe. And he was tasked with a situation of having to lay someone off. And he was a brand new supervisor at that time, right? And for him, it was a difficult situation. At the end of the day, when you step in that role as leadership, you have to take on certain tasks or certain things you have to do that may not sit well with you or you may not like. But it's part of the business. You accepted the role. You knew what you was getting into. And this is what you have to do. So one of these days, he had to lay a few individuals off. And after he, lets people off, he came back to the team, which I was on at that time, pulled us out the phones, and he had, you can look in his face that, it was tough for him because because it was his first team, we got really close with him. So the people he had to lay off, it was tough. And I didn't say he was crying, but he wasn't crying because he was scared. He was crying because, dang, I impacted someone's life. Even though he didn't, but he was the face of the, have to tell that person you have to let him go. Now, as far as the details, we're not getting into details of what happened. But the one thing he talked to us about, it was choices and decisions. At the end of the day, we all have those choices and decisions. Most of the time people say, I don't have that. No, it wasn't my, this was pushed on me, or I didn't have an option. If you look at every situation that's happened, that person, A, had a choice to do something. They did do it, they didn't do it, whatever. But you do have to deal with the consequences. Let's see, Antonio Brown, right? Choices and decisions. The man knew, let's talk about his foot situation, because everybody wants, talk about people and whatever. So the man, he knew he was going to the cryo machine, which helps with recovery muscle. And as anyone know, AB and other athletes, LeBron James, whoever, they do these type of workouts or things to their body because their body is their investment. And of course, anytime you do these things, there's always a risk, right? And they'll give you these lists of things what you need to do before you get in, what you should do, right? They told the man, hey, you need to wear these particular shoes to make sure your feet, well, it's a full body, whatever they give to you. I think you go in there in your shorts or whatever the case may be, whatever. Look it up, But they told the man you need to wear these particular shoes, so there's an XYZ. The man chose to not wear them. What'd he do? Damage his foot. He didn't lose his foot. He just hurt himself. So he had to take time out of his career because he couldn't play because he had to heal. At the end of the day, that was his choice and that was his decision, right? And that's the things that people need to understand. Was it an accident? It depends. But if he would have wore the right materials or right shoes that they advised him to wear, would it happen? No or yes. But a highly chance of no, it's not happening. Because if it did happen, guess what? He can turn around and sue them. Because that's what requirement they asked for. So if I step in here and then some get hurt, you told me to wear this, right? All right, so now that's your responsibility. But anyway, I mean, we can talk about many things. Many things. Many things. Choice and decision is a topic that, you know, I even break up even with my wife when we have arguments, whatever. Why you do this? Why you do that? Well, then again, I used to say cause and effect for those ones. You know what? That's another topic. Cause and effect. We'll talk about that on another subject. We're going to stick to choice and decision because that's one good topic. But that cause and effect is going to be a deep one. I love that one because that's causing. Woo! Anyway, sorry. Back to topic. Choices and decision. Right? Let's see here. Man, let's see. When we talk about, when you think about, when, let's say, in the African American environment, when people get pulled over, right? Now, of course, we have a 9 out of 10 chance of getting shot, right? So, in most cases, we have to be very key on, one, how we talk, how we move around the car. And when I say talk, I mean our tone. We have to, yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem. Okay. We can't have that. Why you pull me over? I know my rights. I understand that we do have rights, but the rights that we have are not the same that other people get. So, I'm just speaking for my African American people, my black people. You can relate. At the end of the day, I don't condone any of the violence that happened with cop shooting or any violence. But one thing people need to understand, unless you're a lawyer, honestly, unless you're a black person who's a lawyer, it's the only time you can buck a little bit back against the cop in the street. A little bit. Because even them still know, this is not the place for them to win their argument. But they know their rights a little more than the average person does. So I think that's something that we as black African Americans need to understand. We need to learn just some of the basic laws, especially when we're on the road or in public, because we don't know. But anyway, so at the end of the day, I mean, there's 100 videos, a million videos to vouch, even talk about what I'm saying. Well, at the end of the day, when you get pulled over, stay cool, calm, collected, stay respectful, but you want to follow instructions. You do. Because I say this because most of the time, because this is who we are, being black, most cops are automatically on their guard. If you're 6 foot and you 2 something, they already, I don't get it because they have the gun. Now, some people do have guns, but we don't have it out. Yours on your hip. You can grab it right quicker than I can dig in my car and under the seat or wherever my pistol may be at to get to it. Yours right on your hip with your taser and everything else. The point I'm trying to get is that when they pull you over, they don't ask you for your information. Just give them your information. At the end of the day, if you got nothing to hide, regardless if you had it or not, at the end of the day, what's the worst can happen? You go to jail for a couple hours and get released. Court date, come back and keep it moving. But when you choose, whatever you want to say, to buck with them, when I say buck, go back and forth with an argument with them, have your defense up. And I get it. Sometimes you get put over for the dumbest thing. My tail lights out. Or you going 36 and 35. I get it. I understand. I've been there. Trust me. I'm not speaking on just what I see. I'm speaking on my life experience. Speaking on facts. We can go to YouTube videos and view all this stuff. Just give me your information. Don't say much, honestly. Just keep it very brief. Where you going? Home. Where you going? Work. You don't got to give them all details. You don't got to tell them anything else. Give me your information. Get your ticket and bounce. That's it. But when you sitting there and talking about, why you pull me over? I know my rights. Listen, we all have rights. I do. But you will never win a fight in the street with the cops. On the streets, the cops is the judge, the executioner, they're all the above in the streets. And when I say in the streets, anything outside the court office. So you want to fight and go back and forth with a police officer, the best place to do it is inside of the courtroom. That's when you win your argument. Because then you have lawyers to represent you. Most of the time the cops just come by themselves. It's their word versus your word. So, you know, in my car I have a front dash camera to view the outside. I have a camera inside to view the inside. Audio and video. So I recommend take those investments and put those into your vehicles. You know, just want to make sure, P.S., friends and family, you know, 1, I will never commit suicide. 2, if I get shot and killed, y'all better by a cop, and I'm unarmed, forget it, I'm or not. Trust me, I will never put myself in a situation where I'm going to try to shoot or defend, fight a cop. It's not going to happen. I've seen too many videos of it happening. So, I will never take that route. Never. Never, 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 never. I have kids and a family that I love. No. I want to die on natural causes, okay? Not before my time. So, once again, if you decide to go that route where you feel you know you're right because you see a couple YouTube videos, or maybe you read up on it, it's not risk your life to go and argue with them and fight with them. There's so many videos. We don't have the same opportunity that everyone else does. And people who think that we talking about have the same opportunity, let's go on TV, YouTube, and type in cops, COPS, the TV show, and you'll see hundreds of videos of, you'll see some black people and you'll see some white people doing things that other black people in the world have been killed over for. Now, of course, on the cop TV show, they're not going to shoot and kill them because they have cameras following them. So they hold more restraint. But when those cameras are not watching, it's a totally different story. And regardless now that they have body cams now, the cops choose to turn them off and turn it on when they want to. The cops or the district, they choose to release footage months and months later, or sometimes even years later. You have to fight very hard to get the video released. So at the end of the day, you need to make sure you have your own videos, your own recordings to protect yourself and your family. You know? At the end of the day, it was hard, it was sad to hear that with the whole Trayvon Martin, that's one of the cases that I watched from the beginning all the way to the end. And I think at that time I was living in Florida, Tampa. I like Tampa too, though. And I mean, I watched it all the trials. I've never been the type of person who sit there and watch any legal stuff, court stuff all the way. O.J. Simpson, none of that stuff. No, not me. But Trayvon Martin, that kind of struck a chord with me because I love Skittles. I love iced tea. I have hoodies. That could have been me. That could have been my twin brother. Could be my son. Anybody. That's not just something, 1 in a million. No, that's a million black kids running around here every day. But the point I'm getting is that because there was no audio, nothing that could help support Trayvon. One, the killer got off the case. I ain't gonna say his name. And 2, if he was, let's say he was still alive, let's say he didn't die, he would have been charged. Well, because he's dead, he would still have been guilty. Whatever he may did, but he's dead. So even though he's dead, he still have been charged for whatever happened. I don't know. I think maybe assault, whatever they want to try to say on him. But at the end of the day, I keep saying it in the day. Probably get on some of your nerves. What I'm saying is that you have to put things in place to secure yourself. And of course, I know Trayvon's situation, there wouldn't have been no video anyway because he was outside walking. So, not really trying to compare it. I'll just give y'all the scenario that if you have no one telling your side of the story, it's going to be their word versus your word. And more likely, if you're dead, you have no word.